proud of yourself for debating college kids who are unprepared to speak in front of an audience like yourself. Hold on. You're 30 years old. We can agree you're 30 years old, right? Do you think that's a little bit silly?
Are you a voter?
I am a voter. I'm a registered
so
voter.
I vote and you vote. So I'm talking to voters of this country that will determine the future of Western civilization. That's what I'm doing here today. Yeah?
Starting off the video with the first clip, a college girl actually walks up to Charlie Kirk's booth, and the college girl tries but fails in an attempt to humiliate Charlie Kirk. She walks up and first asks Charlie Kirk if he feels proud for debating college kids who have no experience and aren't comfortable talking in front of a crowd. The college girl fails in an attempt to humiliate Charlie Kirk once again by asking him if he's 30 and basically forcing him to agree. And right away, he completely shuts her tent down to humiliate him by telling and making a strong point that she is a voter of this country. So he's talking to a voter of this country and the future of this country, which actually matters a lot and is completely true. I'm not sure how the girl was expecting to humiliate Charlie Kirk, but in the end, she fails in an attempt to humiliate Charlie Kirk. But let's go ahead and get into it. The whole thing is pretty good and a pretty funny debate.
Wait, hold on. How is it any different than a professor talking to you?
Than a professor talking to you? Who are you?
Well, important enough for you to come up to a microphone.
Actually, when I first saw this ad, I thought it was like an improv comedy thing. It looked so ridiculous that I didn't even think it was real.
Well, no, you could see. Look how popular Trump is on your campus. How does that make you feel? That's not comedy. That is a 5-alarm fire for Kamala Harris because she's probably going to lose Pennsylvania.
Look.
But no, I just want to be clear. Is there something wrong with talking to voters?
No, there's nothing wrong with talking to voters.
Well, that's what we're doing here today. It's an open mic.
I think that you push a dangerous agenda.
Such as?
Your stance on abortion rights, for example.
Here we go. Okay, so
let me ask a question. What is your name?
Jean.
Jean. And what is your understanding of the current Republican Party's stance on federal intervention in abortion?
Well, I know that they want to bring it back to the states, right?
So it sounds like you do know that the Republican Party's current stance on abortion is they're against a federal ban on abortion.
I do understand that,
And we're talking about a
yes.
presidential election as the important election that we're talking about here.
I understand that, yes.
Great. So, again, I think this open dialogue is great. I think it's great you're here challenging Charlie, and I think it's great that he's willing to travel campuses across this country to talk to the next generation. We need more conversation. Now, where's the disagreement, though, on content? Because you could criticize style or why you're talking to people or dunk on someone personally, but where do you actually disagree with the substance?
With the way that you edit content and specifically frame it so that people look bad talking to you. The way that you edit your content.
we post unedited content.
Let me just...
The college girl again failed attempts to humiliate Charlie Kirk in this clip. The crowd was pretty hyped up. Charlie Kirk blocking college girl's failed attempts to humiliate him, but you can kind of tell the college girl just came here with no good facts. She kind of just wanted to debate with Charlie Kirk, it seems. Charlie Kirk is constantly leaving her speechless after everything he says or leaves her going off topic to not be embarrassed by Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk asked the college girl if there's something wrong with talking to voters, which her response was obviously no, and to which after the college girl tells Charlie Kirk that he pushes a dangerous agenda about the abortion policy and says his stance on abortion rights is mad for the country and for the future. Charlie Kirk's co-host takes control of the debate and starts by telling the college girl that the Republican stance on abortion is against the federal ban, which is completely true because they would not impose a federal ban on abortion if Donald Trump is elected. Charlie Kirk's co-host goes on to ask the college girl what is her disagreement with Charlie Kirk, and to which she failed attempts again to humiliate Charlie Kirk. The college girl claims that Charlie Kirk edits his content to make people look bad, which is absolutely untrue. As you all may know, Charlie Kirk posts unedited content, always posts content no matter what, even the parts that you was losing the base, which we've seen many, many times before.
Let me just ask you one thing, though, because personal insults can fly in all directions. Where is an area where you have a disagreement with the conservative movement, with Donald Trump, with Charlie Kirk, perhaps with myself? I was a presidential candidate last year. I think we need to talk about that more in the open, and the more we do, the stronger our country is going to be. We got a long line of people, but I want to hear from you one substantive area where you have an authentic disagreement, and I'd be glad to address it. I'm sure Charlie would, too.
Just in anything.
Relating to any political topic where you have a disagreement. Let's air it.
Okay. I disagree with some of the laws that are being pushed in Congress that are against the LGBTQ community and the trans community.
Okay, so let's talk about that. I'm going to give you my view, and then I want to hear yours.
Okay.
My view is that if you're a fully grown adult, 18 or above, you're free to live how you want, dress how you want, marry who you want if you want, if you're over the age of 18.
I agree.
But you are not free to indoctrinate children in schools who are not yet of the age of consent. You are not free, just as you're a 17-year-old or a 15-year-old can't get a tattoo on their own, I don't think that you should be able to go or until the age of 18. And so the lines that I draw here is that men are free to claim to be women and swim in swimming pools. You're not free to claim trophies in a women's sports competition. You're not free to enter a women's locker room. You're not free to change a language. And you're not free to actually indoctrinate our children who are under the age of 5 in schools. Do we agree on the fact that adults should be able to live freely while still treating children differently? If so, we're on the same side of this issue.
In these last few clips, you can see the college girl fail attempts to humiliate Charlie Kirk over and over. The college girl obviously has no idea what she's talking about for the most part, or struggles to get the words out. But she says she disagrees with any political thing like the laws Congress is pushing for the LGBTQ community and trans community. Charlie Kirk's co-host says down fellow attempt to humiliate Charlie Kirk in the co-host by telling her that he definitely agrees you should be able to wear what you want, do what you want, and marry who you want if you're over the age of 18. The messed up part that nobody likes about the LGBT community is that they push that disgusting agenda on underage kids in schools. The LGBT community shouldn't be able to do this. And I'm sure this is for the most part why everybody hates them and is against them. They shouldn't be allowed nowhere in any country. Charlie Kirk's co-host again shows not many college girls fail attempts to humiliate him. Charlie Kirk makes another point that you should not be able to join the opposite gender sports and win. And not win anything in that sport, not even trophies. You should not be free to go into a woman's bathroom or a woman's locker room. And most importantly, you should not be able to switch genders just because you're going to prison for harsh times, which I didn't on my last video if you want to go check it out.
Listen, I agree with the majority of what you said. However, I don't think that you're understanding the implications of the laws that are trying to be passed.
Look, we got a head start in the conversation. We got a long line behind you. But my only ask is, forget the personal attacks or the stylistic attacks. Focus on substance. The more we debate that, the stronger we're going to be as a country. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I don't think you're focusing on substance, though. That's the issue.
Hold on. Look, he intentionally tried to provoke substance out of you, and you said, well, I'm worried about some laws Congress should pass. I have to ask, what laws are you talking about? Can you be specific?
I'm sorry, I'm very nervous, but this is what you do. This is what you do. You take people and you put them under the spotlight, and you.
Well, hold on. I didn't ask you to come up here. You voluntarily came to the front of the line. You didn't have to do that.
You're purposely antagonizing people on campus, asking
How?
people to come up by spreading your weird agenda.
How? What agenda is that? I'm confused though.
So, Charlie, I'll say this. We'll end on this and we'll go to the next question. When I was 18, and I'm not going to blame you for this, I also took for granted a lot of the stuff that the media force-fed me, because that's what you know at the age of 18. You say there are some vague laws making their way through Congress that are hostile to trans community.
Know how?
I don't think those laws actually
about,
exist, but I don't blame you if that's
to me.
what the cable media is feeding you. But let's get to the specifics, and then we're able to actually have an open dialogue. And that's one of the things I've learned over the last 20 years.
I think that the issue is we're getting our media from different sources. Both people are getting media from these skewed sources. The facts that you're presenting are not always correct.
And that's why we're here with no TV screens between us. So people who have policy-based substantive disagreements, we invite those. I think that's how we're going to get our country back. And as it relates to trans, which you brought up, 18 or above, you're free to live how you want. You're not free to force that onto somebody else, or especially kids. And if we agree on that, we make some progress. Thank you.
Disagreements, yeah.
Charlie Kirk's co-host actually tries to get the college girl to leave the debate after he practically tells her she isn't worth the time, to which Charlie Kirk had to take control over the debate again. Charlie Kirk asked the college girl to specify what laws is he talking about, and at this point, the college girl failed attempts to humiliate Charlie Kirk and is fed up with it. So therefore, she actually tries to flash Charlie Kirk. Just to bait him into a trap like this is pretty crazy. This is wrong in so many ways. Let me know in the comments. Do you think if the college girl failed attempts to humiliate Charlie Kirk, does that justify the reason for her trying to flash Charlie Kirk and bait him into a trap? You can even tell after she flashes him because she laughs about it and says she's very nervous, which she obviously seen the opposite of. And if you can read body language, you must see it all around. The college girl again failed attempts to humiliate Charlie Kirk and says he picks people to debate with and antagonizes college kids to his advantage to win a debate. And Charlie Kirk right away shuts down those claims because, again, the college girl came up to Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk didn't go up to her. And after the co-host blocks the failed attempts to humiliate Charlie Kirk and pretty much kicks her off the debate after seeing she don't got nothing left, do you think the college girl failed attempts to humiliate Charlie Kirk should have been better? Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And as always, this is Meteor Tooth, or goodbye.